okay, we have the text messages. Can we be done now? No, the man that took Charlie Kirk's life was not right wing. No, he wasn't a groiper. No, he wasn't, he was a left wing ideologue who was in love with a trans man and did it to impress that trans man. Can we be done with the speculation? These new text messages and revelations from the press conference I just watched and more in this video. By the way, thanks everyone who has joined over at thequartering.com/join. The more people we get in that members Discord, the better. I'll be quick about it. Get in there tonight, sign up, quartering.com/join. You can talk to me directly later. Here's what we know. The charges, 7 counts. They threw the book at him and are in fact seeking capital punishment. And they've also escalated. They basically hit this guy with every conceivable charge that they could have. 7 different counts, all of which I'm not sure if he's also going to get federal charges, but he got a capital offense, felony discharge of a weapon, obstruction of justice, moving and hiding the evidence, obstruction of justice, disposing of clothing, witness tampering. He told his ex to delete the text messages, which the ex did do, from what I can tell. The ex needs to catch charges too, or the boyfriend, I'm sorry. The boyfriend needs to be charged. This is something that I don't want to slip through the cracks because he also destroyed evidence. He destroyed the note. We now know for a fact that there was a note that said he did it or that he was going to do it, and they had a picture of it. So apparently the boyfriend took a picture of it and then destroyed the note anyway, which seems weird. I don't really know why he took a picture and then destroyed evidence. Now, he also told the roommate to stay silent, and he has the attorney general there, or district attorney, has said he will be seeking the death penalty. Now, I do want to talk about the text message exchange because this is, again, there can be no more discussion. Now, if you believe that he's passing, I've got a video I want to do later about the Zinn character getting arrested. I'll probably have to put that on my Jeremy Hambly channel, so make sure you subscribe there. But here's some of the stuff in the text messages.
The roommate. Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police.
Okay, so he did not delete the messages. Correction. He did not delete the messages, but he did delete the letter. He did destroy evidence.
On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following
So I don't know why there was a photograph, but I don't really know why you took a photograph, but I guess there is no denying that they did this that this man did this to impress his trans boyfriend.
Text exchange then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest,
what's also very interesting, he was really fixated on the rifle, not because he was worried about attaching him to the crime, but because it was worth a lot of money and his grandfather was given to him. Also, we find out in these text messages that the father basically immediately knew it was him from the picture, or maybe even before the picture, and was calling him and asking him for pictures of the rifle to basically say, "Hey, do you still have it?" prove to me you still have it. And they, so it seems like the dad basically knew right away that he had done it.
I'd hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you.
So he thought he was getting away with it.
Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I am. I'm sorry. Roommate, I thought they caught the person. Robinson, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude.
So that also tells you that the old dude at least wasn't working with him, or he didn't know he was working with him. And that also he was watching in real time, probably on Twitter. He was probably watching, and he was also nearby. He stood nearby.
Interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering.
So that tells you, so wherever he went, he had eyes, right? He had eyes on where his drop point was. Otherwise, how would he have known that there was still somebody there?
Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah.
Here we go.
Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence.
He thought he was getting away with it, except for the fact that they had a picture of him and he got identified immediately by his own family. In fact, it was, I believe, his mother. It was his mother that I think first got him to confess, if I'm correct. If I'm like totally, or his mother confronted him first and then his father held him.
Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want.
So he had eyes on where he left this thing. I need to know where this individual was. He obviously had an eye on it. So was he at a friend's house? Was he hiding in the woods? Where was he laying undetected that he had eyes on his weapon? And also he used the term drop point, meaning he had done some planning. But I actually think this guy just wasn't anywhere near as good as he thought he was. There is a mountain of evidence against him. So I don't know. I think genuinely up until the very end, he might have thought that he was going to get away with it. He thought that probably the rifle was the only piece of evidence they had, but his own family would moments later identify him.
Want to chance it. Robinson again. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man?
He was worried about his dad. He was more worried about his dad being mad than he was ever worried about getting caught for this crime. Think about that. That's where this guy's, mindset was.
Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F in messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke, all right. I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK.
Huh.
I think that was a $2K scope. Wink, wink.
Okay.
Robinson again, delete this exchange. Again, Robinson, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me, RN.
Right now.
Not answering.
So moments after they put a picture of the rifle, the dad knew it was him. So obviously they had very strong suspicions immediately. That it was their son.
Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Again, you are all I worry about, love. That came from Robinson. Roommate, I'm much more worried about you. Robinson, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. The search for Robinson.
I mean, this reveals basically everything. This wasn't some professional hit job. This was yet another far left lunatic who basically got Charlie Kirk got extremely unlucky. Extremely unlucky that this lunatic got up on the roof, that they were able to complete their act. They had no chance of ever getting away with this. And I'm hoping, praying that this loser is still alive and the nation gets a trial so that the nation can see without doubt who did this and what their ideology was and what led to this. This man was informed, changed, radicalized by somebody. There is a big amount of digging that needs to happen. I am hoping that this guy is around for his day in court because this country needs this. On a day in which Luigi and Wesley Routh were both in court, this nation needs to be woken up and no more of this nonsense narrative.